Welcome back to another episode of Organizing Tune-Ups, where we are breaking down big organizing concepts into small bite-sized chunks you can do every day for 5 to 15 minutes. I'm your host, Jessica Littman, and in this episode, we are talking all about smart storage solutions for every area of your home. I love this topic because sometimes I feel like storage is just kind of like assumed. Or you might feel like, oh, I don't have enough storage. So we're going to break down some ways that you can store things in your home that are, wonderful. So we're going to break down 9 different smart storage solutions. That's a tough one to say. Smart storage solutions for you. The very first one is under bed storage. So I think this is really helpful, especially if you're talking about small space organizing, because storing things like off-season stuff under the bed can be really beneficial for you to use all of the space that you have. If you have a smaller space, smaller room, smaller closet, using underbed storage is really helpful. Now, there is one piece that I do want to say, and that is for just kind of like overall space purposes. Make sure you leave a little bit of breathing room under the bed so that energy can kind of like flow in and out. So I received certification as a feng shui consultant. And with that, they don't recommend storing things under your bed because of the flow of energy while you sleep. So I say just leave some space under your bed so that energy can flow in and out as you sleep. But you can also utilize like where your feet in order to store things because it is a great storage option. So just leave a little bit of space for that energy to flow as you sleep, and you will be amazed at how light you will feel in the morning. I also wouldn't recommend storing stuff right underneath your head because that, again, with like this whole idea of energy flow and releasing things as you sleep that comes with feng shui principles, keep it towards your feet if you store things under your bed. My second smart storage solution is using wall-mounted shelves. So I found that using shelving that like is flush against the wall, especially in pantries, closets, super helpful, garages, basement storage areas, all of those things, adding wall-mounted shelves really can help create a lot of storage because you're using that vertical space. Make sure that you find the studs in the wall, secure them really well. There are a lot of options. I know at the Container Store, Alpha has a line where you just have to hook it onto one top bar. There are things at local hardware stores that make it easy for you to also install them as well. So find a solution that will work for you and your space, and then use that to create smart storage by using the wall-mounted storage shelf. Another solution is to use over-the-door organizers. So whenever I hear over-the-door organizers, I always jump to like the shoe organizers, which I don't find effective because things just get lost and I just don't love them. But there are over-the-door organizers that have baskets you can use to stick on so that the door storage is holding particular items. There is bag organizer hooks where you can hang it on. There's hat organizers over the door. So all of those type of things are for over-door storage. And it works well for certain types of things. I love the handbag organizer on the back of the door. I love the hat organizer. I love the baskets on the back of the door because I feel like that you're using the space really well for the particular products you might need to store on them. So those are some of my favorite over-the-door organizers. Another storage solution is to use multifunctional furniture. So this could just be if you have furniture that needs to serve many purposes. So I'm going to share this couch I'm sitting on is also a pull-out bed. And so this is a multifunctional piece of furniture because we don't always have guests over, but when we do, we still want something for them to sleep on. So using furniture that can be multifunctional. Also, because the way that this couch is designed, underneath the couch cushions, we have storage. So it can hold the bedding for the couch bed and it can hold pillows in the couch as well. There are ottomans that you can use to store blankets. There are tables that can be used as like end tables that can then turn into like little like dining room tables, like little personal dining room tables for smaller spaces. I talked about that in an earlier episode for small space organizing. Furniture that can serve many purposes to hold multiple things to help you stay organized is going to be key when it comes to creating smart storage in your home. Another option is stackable storage. Okay, there are these shoe boxes that stack on top of each other and they open from the front. So it is like a front open shoe storage and then they stack really high. So you can get a ton of pair of shoes. I think, because I did this when I lived in my studio apartment downtown Chicago. I had shoe boxes that I stacked probably like 12, 15 high because I had vertical space to do that. And then storing my shoes that way, they weren't all over the floor, but I could see what was inside. And then you open up the front so that you can take the shoes out to wear them, put them back in. And then it is an easy storage solution. You can also use those front storage, stackable storage shoe organizers. That's a lot of words right there. You can also use those to organize different things because they do come in different sizes. So if you have a smaller bathroom, to store bathroom items in there. There are other stackable storage items that you can use in the pantry. In our pantry, we have, the shelves are preset. Like they are the wall-mounted shelves, which are amazing, but they are preset to a specific size. And so because of that, we had to get creative, and that's when we used the stackable storage pantry containers so that we could stack things too high on one shelf to create more storage for us. So those are another amazing storage solution. Another storage solution is to vacuum seal off-season clothes, bedding, furniture, decor, like whatever is kind of fluffy. The fluffy decor, like, so I do a lot of pillow covers and I do them seasonally. So they are in vacuum sealed bags. And I vacuum seal all of this because it just is less space and it's also easy to store under the bed. And then you pull out what you need. It's also great to store on those higher wall mounted shelves. So in the kids' bedroom, I store their off-season bedding up on a higher shelf so that it doesn't take up the space on their lower shelves because their closets aren't that big. So by doing this, I'm creating more space. I'm utilizing the vertical space, the wall-mounted shelves, by using the vacuum sealed off-season stuff. Another storage solution is drawer dividers. Now, this one sounds kind of obvious, but just listen. So drawer dividers, I think, are really helpful, especially if you have larger drawers that have multiple categories. So, for example, in the kids' closets, they have some bigger drawers, and some of those drawers might hold two different types of clothing. So if one is holding shorts, the other one might be holding capris, but they're in the same drawer. I'm specifically talking about my daughter's closet because she has a lot of multi-category drawers. So we have a drawer divider in the middle of that drawer. So one side is shorts, the other side is her capris. So we don't have to, so they don't all get mixed up. She can find what she needs and she can put them away quickly. If she has different types of pants, we have a drawer divider because she has her fluffy pants and she has her leggings. My son has, sports jerseys and well, he has two types of sports jerseys. So he has the ones he wears to sporting events and then like his actual sports jerseys. So they are divided with a drawer divider. By using a drawer divider, you're able to really recategorize or multi-categorize a larger drawer and ensure that it stays organized, because that drawer divider is basically acting like its own mini drawer inside the big drawer. Pegboards is another one I love. So you've seen pegboards most of the time in garages, but you can also add pegboards to craft areas, bedroom closets. My daughter has a pegboard in her bedroom closet to hold all of her necklaces and jewelry and awards that she gets from dance. All those things can be hung on a pegboard, and then it keeps things off of shelves, but you're using the space on the wall. And if you have a lot of vertical space, you can add the pegboards up to higher spaces. Also, pegboards work well for gardening supplies. A lot of stuff out in the garage makes a lot of sense to use for pegboards. And floating shelves is another option that I really like, because floating shelves can work really well to showcase some of your like decorative pieces that you want to put out because you want to admire them. So using floating shelves to display pictures or particular items is another great storage solution that will allow you to showcase those items that you might not use. Like maybe it's a teacup or a plate or a platter that you want to put out, but you don't want to take up all the space. So adding floating shelves to display that in an area where you can appreciate and enjoy it is going to be a great storage solution, because you're storing and displaying something that would probably have been stuck in the basement that you couldn't use to enjoy or appreciate. And so now it's out on display and you're able to appreciate it and enjoy it. If you like this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. Sign up for Organizing Tune-Ups email so you never miss an update. I will see you in the next one.